Got you. Okay, so one thing that's interested me is what is it? What are your goals going forward? Because you keep bringing that up, which is quite interesting. You don't feel like you're done just yet. So what
Yeah,
are
I
those goals for
definitely
you?
don't. I feel like my goal, like the last maybe 2 3 years, is just to travel. And so
Mm,
with traveling, I feel like you have to be so free. You can't really be committed as much when you're traveling.
mm,
Like last year, I wasn't home in the UK for more than 2 weeks at a time. Like I
jeez.
was, apart from Christmas, I wasn't at home for the 2 weeks. I was just away. Like I'd already have my next trip planned on my way back from the trip I'm already on. Like
Catch flights, not feelings, man.
I
Honestly.
swear, I literally for the last like I
Now I
swear,
know
like
where I'm going wrong.
I have no time for feelings. Like the last 2 years, I was literally just like away, 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 like experiencing
Mm,
life. And with that, you can't be committed to anything of your own. And I feel like I'm so glad I did that because it's like made me so much more open-minded on
mm,
culture, who I am as a person. And I think I'll forever be grateful for that. But after all of that, I haven't got anything of my own right now. Like I do have Instagram, but Instagram isn't enough for me. Like I don't want Instagram just to be my life. And I feel like with Instagram, there's always going to be a time. Like Twitter had a time, Facebook had a time. It's still going, but I
mm,
don't know if Instagram is forever. And I think the
Hmm.
fact that it can't be forever means that you should have something that is a little bit more forever. And like obviously I've always liked clothes and like fashion, and I've always wanted my own business.
mm,
So hopefully I can have some more time spending on that rather than traveling, equally traveling but not as much, so that I can be committed to something, you know. But yeah, that's when I don't feel like I've done enough. Like I want to keep doing more, I want to grow more, I want to create more content, I want to. And obviously with COVID, actually that's actually something that's affected me because I usually take my content abroad, and I've been having to do everything in the UK, and obviously the lighting and the weather isn't as great.
No, no
um
way.
Not to sound
no.
spoiled or anything, but that does affect content.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, that's just something I've had to adapt to, which has been completely fine. It's just a bit harder adapting to
Mm,
it. But yeah, I just want to do more. It's like I feel like I could maybe inspire people with outfits, but I want to inspire people with like good vibes and knowing that like no one's perfect. Basically things that I wish I could have told my younger self, you know, like it's okay to
yeah.
feel anxious, everyone has anxiety, everyone doesn't feel perfect. Like I didn't, like, even before I started Instagram, I had no money. I spent everything like I had on what I liked. Like I remember coming back from my LA flight, yeah, and I had so much like baggage. It was $100 for an extra bag, and I didn't even have $100 in my bank
Jeez.
account. I had to call my mum to send me like $100 over PayPal because I spent it all on my LA trip. But it's one of the best trips of my life. Like it made me realize, like,
Money well spent.
yeah, I literally freaking loved
Opportunity cost, isn't
LA.
it?
Yeah, but it was like all a lesson, and it was like sometimes I feel like just worry less and do more. And that's such a note to myself as well, because I worry so much and I don't do as much as
Mm,
I want. Like, but I want people to know that they
mm,
can do that.
I get that.
What
Well,
business would you
speaking
like
of
to start?
getaways,
Pardon?
yeah,
What
actually go.
business would you like to start?
I would want to have my own clothing brand,
Mm,
which I think what a lot of people do and a lot of my friends have as well. But it's what I'm passionate about, so I really do want to be doing that.
okay.
That's a good idea. I
And
mean, for me,
who
what's
go on.
gone? Eman, go.
And who would it be for? Like I know currently today there's well, a lot more today than it was back then. Like for example, body shaming, women who are plus sizes, some women who are just overly skinny, and some women who are just, I would say, thick, slim, thick. Do you know what I'm saying? Who would
Mm.
you cater to, or are you going to cater to all sort of demographic?
I've actually just done a collection with Public Designer that's launched on ASOS, and that comes in plus size, and that was one of the best things that I could hear about a collection, because I'd want everyone to feel
Mm,
welcomed. So I would, obviously that comes with budget as well. Like you have to cater for the norm and then what is not seen as the norm as well. So I think the bigger the brand is, the more they can cater to everyone.
Mm.
I think starting off
yeah.
as a business, I'd want to do as much as I can, and that might mean having less in each category, but still covering as much as I can. I'd wanna cover plus size. I'd want anyone to be able to buy from my clothing brand, you know.
Would you ever do a line for the man then?
Maybe I would.
Yo.
I love unisex clothing. I like men's clothing. Like I feel like when I do it, it would be quite unisex anyway, because that's just my style. I like t-shirts, loungewear, casual wear. That's so my style anyway. But yeah, definitely 100%.
Yo, man, 2021, we'll be modelling for Carmen. Yo, ASOS, get us. We need that discount. But that must have been such an insane opportunity, though. Like when that presented itself, not only is it going to be on ASOS, but you're doing it with a brand, and it's the brand that you enjoy. What was that feeling like?
It was amazing. Public Desire actually reached out maybe last year in Los Angeles. I was at a launch dinner, and then the CEO, who I'm quite good friends with, was just like, oh, we should do a collection with you. And I was like, oh, I don't feel like I'm ready. I don't feel like I'm there yet. Like, I don't know if anyone would buy from it. And he was like, no, Carms, of course not. And then he messaged me again at the beginning of this year, and he's like, Carms, I think we should do it. And I was like, okay, then let's just do it. I didn't think twice. Like, my initial thought was like, okay, I really want to do it. But then everything that came after was telling me not to do it. Like, oh my God, like it was self-doubt. Everything that is negative about yourself, they came after. I think in life, that's something that I've learned, is just to not let that get in the way. Because if it did get in the way, I wouldn't have done a collection, you know? So I just went ahead with it, and I was just like, okay, let's do it. And then I just didn't worry about the numbers and the figures after that could happen. I just did what I enjoyed. I put out designs that I liked and that I've loved. And then obviously we got samples back, and then we got like things tweaked, and then ASOS just was like, okay, we're gonna get this, and we're gonna do it in plus size. And then now it's on the website. So it's been, and then we did swimwear as well. And then swimwear was last week the best selling swimwear on ASOS, which that's I was amazing. Like, oh my God.
Round of applause.
Thank you. Yeah, amazing. So it was just like unreal. But I think that's like a life lesson as well, you know, like if in that moment I let all my insecurities and my self-doubt get in the way, then I really wouldn't have ever done it. But if I just went with what I knew I liked, I enjoyed, and I dreamt of for so long, and to just do it, then it can only like be good, you know.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's just such a crazy opportunity that was presented to you, and you did such a good job with it as well. I mean, what's it like actually being involved from start to finish, if that makes sense? You're involved in the whole process.
Yeah, I did a lot of the designing, and I think when a lot of people do collections now, it's either an edit or a collection. An edit is designs that are already made, and then you pick, the blogger picks their favorite, and then that becomes a collection. Whereas when you design the collection, you actually design the pieces to put into your collection. So first we just did the mood board of like the kind of designs that we wanted, and then the color palettes, and then we just started drawing up from that. And then Public Desire had a whole team on hand, which helped with the CAD designs, and then the producing and the sampling. So I did the designing along with their help, and then they produced everything, and then we just went from there. And then I went to Manchester to look at the samples, try things on, and then it went on to ASOS.
What an opportunity. Yeah, it just sounds like it was amazing from start to finish. I mean,
yeah, it was stressful though.
I'm sure that sounds like it'd be very intense. Boys, if we was given a chance to work with ASOS, what are we doing? What's going to be what pieces are we making?
I have to rock the tracksuits, man. That's
what we got to do. Mafia.
Tracksuit mafia, man. Baggy tracksuits, you know what I mean? You got to go for it.
Definitely.
I wouldn't do the edits. I'll do the designing, because I think there's some elements of just flavor that I just needed in the scene right now. Do you get what I'm saying? Like there are some tracksuits that are just nice, and then there are some tracksuits I've seen personally from advertisements from Instagram just because of what I like. That would be very nice to be implemented into today's general fashion, because ASOS is available to everybody at a fairly decent price, you know. Not comparing it to something like Primark, but you know, ASOS is like,
I hear what you're saying.
it's the thing. Do you get what I'm saying? So
Mm.
yeah, so something like that. In terms of the design, I would love to be a part of that, especially for like men's joggers, tracksuits, suits, as
Casual
Colin
wear,
said.
innit?
Yeah, just casual wear. But the thing is, right now when COVID, it's just like, what are we really doing? You know what I mean? But
all dressed up with nowhere to go, innit?
But if they gave me the opportunity just to sit there and just do a quick sketch on designs, just be imaginative, be creative, like I would love that. Yeah.